Yo, what's goody? I am Wavy. New week, same wave. Let's get to it. Right here, we got King Randall. He's been recently going viral because he's really been stepping up in his community, being a mentor for a lot of young men, and he's been receiving backlash. I don't understand it. We're going to try to cover the story as best I can, keep the timeline as chronological. All right, this is going to be his response to the backlash, and let's see what he had to say.
None of the work that I do is for the black community as a whole. I do my work for my hometown of Albany, Georgia. I have been past the point where I've let people convince me that the entire black community is going to be saved one day if we all just get reparations and all the white people die, et cetera, and we're just going to be the best ever. Ever since I began working in this community, especially with young black men, the only thorns in my side have been black elected officials, black superintendents, black this, black that. Everybody's been black. Like, everybody that's been a thorn in my side has been black people.
All right, you heard that. So who is he? He's a guy, King Randall, like I said, he's a leader, teacher, and guide for the X for Boys. He does a program where he teaches them life skills, you know what I'm saying? I've seen programs where he's teaching them how to change oil, change tires. He's teaching them how to do, like, interior work in terms of, like, drywall and plumbing and, you know, tiling. Well, I didn't see the tiling, but I've seen the drywall. He's teaching them life lessons, life skills. And, of course, he's having backlash from black people. You heard it in his own words. Like, I don't understand what's the problem with the black community. Why are we the only one that wants to prosper in degeneracy? Like, we have a man taking his time to teach these young men, the same young men that, you know, y'all don't want the media to call thugs and this and that. He's teaching them how to be men. And y'all have a problem with it, of course. That's what I'm saying. And that's why I started the video with him saying he's past trying to save the whole black community. You can only save the ones that want to be saved at this point. Because everybody has got an opinion. Everybody wants to tell you, no matter what you do, if it's not rapping, playing ball, playing a sport or something like that, they're going to tell you, why are you teaching them that? Like you're teaching them to be an Uncle Tom type shit. You know what I'm saying? But let's get to it. All right, so this is him teaching them how to change some oil.
Getting the oil change. This is motor oil, got it?
Yes, sir.
This is a freaking oil filter pliers, got it?
Yes, sir.
Say oil filter pliers.
Oil filter pliers.
Drain pan.
Drain pan.
Drain pan.
Drain pan.
Say oil filter.
Oil filter.
Oil filter.
All right, you see how he's teaching them? He got them saying, yes, sir. I have no problem with it. Teaching them some discipline. A lot of these kids, you know, we see around the country a lot of how some of these kids end up. And he's trying to prevent it in his community. And the brother is stepping up. We're not seeing your favorite rappers and athletes stepping up like this, unless maybe you could pay to go to one of their camps or something. But he's in the community, boots on the ground. You know what I'm saying? Teaching them about firearm safety.
The bullet gonna pop out, you understand?
Yes, sir.
If you don't see no bullet in there, then you cleared it with your own eyeballs. If somebody passes you a weapon, what we doing? We gonna clear it, right?
Yes, sir.
If somebody passes you a weapon, what we gonna do?
Clear it.
We gonna clear it because we ain't clear it with our own eyeballs, right?
Yes, sir.
So that's how we gonna stay.
All right, I love it, man. Got the young brothers saying, yes, sir, no, sir. Like, you know, teaching them basic manners and discipline. But, of course, he's going to get backlash, you know, along with this video right here where he's teaching them how to have a positive encounter with the police. You know what I'm saying? Now, before we actually get to the video, I just want to say, like, my first encounter as a driver with the police, I was like 16 or 17. I was speeding. I was ignorant. I didn't have somebody to actually have you see it on a video or see it in person. You know, I got pulled over and my dumb, ignorant, young ass jumps out the car and I start approaching the police vehicle. You know what I'm saying? He was a sheriff's deputy. He was behind me. And, you know, luckily, I mean, I have sense. So he was like, yo, stop. What are you doing? Go back to the car. You know, I was just scared. I was scared of my parents at the time. So, like, I was scared of what they would do. You know, a whole bunch of things are rushing through your mind. So I get it. That's why it's important that these young brothers are seeing this, you know, seeing it firsthand because, you know, I wasn't trying to be an aggressor or anything. But that night, if that officer didn't practice restraint, I very well could have been shot and killed. You know what I'm saying? So I love that he's showing them even something like this, and he's showing them with a black officer. But of course, they're gonna have something to say.
How you doing, sir? Doing good. First thing I want to do is already have my stuff ready, okay?
Yes, sir.
You don't want to get to the freaking car, and when he gets to the car, you gotta go fumbling around looking for stuff, right?
Yes, sir.
Why don't we want to fumble around looking for stuff? Exactly, they're gonna feel unsafe. You understand?
Yes, sir.
So regardless of whether they should or shouldn't feel unsafe, that makes somebody feel unsafe. You fumbling around because things happen, right?
Yes, sir.
So when they
And I know, it's not on us to, make officers feel safe and stuff like that. But at the same time, as I've grown up and stuff like that, I understand I have to make him feel safe or her feel safe because I respect their job and what they see every day. Like they are seeing that type of shit, so they are on high alert. You know what I'm saying? So rolling down the windows, turning on the lights, all that stuff, hands on the wheel, I'd say do just to let them know that you don't pose a threat, because they see shit like that all the time. They think everybody is like that type shit until you prove to them, you know what I'm saying? And that's just kind of the way it go. But
get there, first thing you want to do is already have your license ready and have your hands on the steering wheel. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Have your hands on the steering wheel. Why?
Because before they don't think you reach for nothing.
So you're not reaching for stuff, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. And another thing I want to do, I'm gonna let all my windows down, okay? I ain't got nothing to hide, right?
Yes,
I'm
sir.
gonna let all my windows down in the car, and if it's nighttime, I'm gonna turn the car light on so he can see everything in the car, right?
Yes, sir.
Why am I doing
good
that?
points.
So he don't think you trying to hide nothing or somebody trying to hide something for you.
Exactly. Everybody feels safe, right?
Yes, sir.
So we already starting the stop off great. He probably in a good mood that I let the window down, I turned the lights on. He probably in a better mood now, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, so boom, he gonna come to the car. Yes, sir. All right, cool. So he gonna get my license. He may or may not go back to the car, which they usually do. They're gonna basically check your name, see if you got.
Man, I love it, man. Very informative,
Wrong thing to do if I'm getting pulled over and he come up to the car. Nah, what run? We're not gonna run. And what's another thing we're not gonna do? Talk back, cussing.
Perfect points. Because these young brothers probably only see stuff on social media, you know what I'm saying, where people talking like that, and it could go a lot worse when you decide to go that route. You know what I'm saying? When you decide to stay calm and all that, it does go differently. You know what I'm saying? It could even be a positive encounter where you get off or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But if you go on this and that, I didn't do this and that, and I gotta read you and I gotta assert my rights to you and tell you, oh, this is my rights and these are my First Amendment and Fourth Amendment and all that, you're just gonna take it to a whole other level versus you just, be compliant, this and that,
Talking smack, all that stuff, right?
Yes, sir.
We're not doing none of that number if we get pulled up. We're not talking smack. We're not cussing. We're not telling them what our rights is. Blase, blase, blah. We're not doing none of that. You understand?
Yes, sir.
We're trying to get home, and he's trying to get home. Cool?
Yes, sir.
So we're just trying to make sure everybody stays safe, because if we start talking smack, now what if he decided not to give me a ticket because I was being cool and I let the window down and all that, right?
Yes, sir.
But if I decide to, well, I had my seatbelt on. I just took it off when you came up here. You gonna get upset, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
you know you lying. So the best thing to do, also when you get pulled over, is to tell the truth, right?
Yes, sir.
Another thing you don't want to do, if you look inside my truck right there, what I got like on my windshield right there.
All right, I don't got too much more, a little bit longer.
License come back to 6 suspended, you guys step out the car. I'm not gonna be like, oh, well, ain't no way. No. Just go ahead and do it. Good?
Yes, sir.
Why we ain't arguing with him?
Because he mad, literally.
We're gonna make him mad. We might just escalate the stop, you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, license could be suspended. Now he can say he smelled marijuana, right?
Yes, sir.
If he says he smelled.
That's a big thing, yo. Even if they don't smell it, if you be in this and that, they say they smell, there's no way to prove that. So now they gonna have every right to detain you, search your whole car and all that. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that I've even seen videos where I don't even know if they really smell marijuana, but they just saw something was up and then they use that as because you can't. It's a smell. You know what I'm saying? You can't prove it on camera, on body cam, on nothing. There's no way to prove it.
Marijuana, there's nothing that you can do about it. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Get out the car. You understand?
Yes, sir.
If he say he smell weed, just get out. We're not fussing and fighting on the side of the road. You understand?
Yes, sir.
So have there been situations where people have done everything absolutely right and something still happened? Sure, but is that happening all the time? No, that's not happening every day. That's not happening every time somebody get pulled over. Most people have a basic stop every day, just like this, where they get pulled over, they take their ticket, and they go on by their day. You understand?
Yeah. But of course he was facing criticism. I'm just gonna get to this as one of my final clips. So yeah, he was getting criticism from the black community, of course, because he's teaching young brothers how to be young gentlemen, be polite, be respectful, work hard. Teaching them positive stuff. Now people were saying he's teaching them how to be white. He's a coon. He's this. He's that. It's crazy, yo. Any other community, and then if white people come over to his stuff and say, "Oh yeah, good job," then of course you got black people attacking them. And I wouldn't even be surprised if some of these quote unquote black trolls online are really white supremacists that are really trying to fuck up the black community. Because every time there's some sort of positivity, some sort of silver line, some sort of silver ray or whatever you want to call it, somebody is there. Somebody that quote unquote looks like me is there to say, no, this is bad. We shouldn't be doing this.
There's been so much negative and crazy commentary for me trying to teach our students how to interact with the police. And this is just a routine traffic stop. Like if you were speeding or, your tail lights out or whatever, just tell them to be polite, let the windows down, have their hands on the steering wheel, have their license ready when they get there, the basic stuff. So that way you don't have to go reaching, etc. I have been called all types of coons and sellouts and degenerates and Harriet would have left me hanging, etc. just for simply teaching the kids to be polite if the police pulled them over. The contrary suggestions from the pro-black community.
Yo, real quick, isn't he kind of like a modern male version of Harriet Tubman? Because he's trying to bring his people with him. He's trying to show the next generation the way. What are people talking about? Harriet Tubman would have left him. He's trying to show young men how to be men. And that's what I'm saying, yo. I don't get it. No other community does this shit. Anytime there's somebody doing something positive, we drag them.
Have been to assert their rights to the police, argue with the cops on the side of the road and tell them what you are and aren't going to do for a routine traffic stop. I've been told that this is going to get them killed and I should tell them that they should assert their rights to the cops on the side of the road. They've also said that these cops are white supremacists and that white supremacists have infiltrated the police force. I would feel like white supremacist cops are waiting for you to escalate the situation so they could do something to you. I even had people say, well, you should teach the kids to kill the cops before the cops kill them.
And that's what I'm saying. We will say that. And hey, if it's a black person, that's detrimental. You know what I'm saying? But if the cop kills the black kid, then it's a problem. Or the black man, then it's a problem. I don't get it. I don't get it. It's like,
and hey man, I don't know what's up or what's in the juice in our community right now, but man, I even got people still mad because the students are saying yes sir or yes ma'am, as if they're like, oh well, yes ma'am, yes sir was a part of slavery. I'm like, yeah, but people who weren't slaves were saying yes sir, yes ma'am too.
What's wrong with a respect thing though? Like, I teach my kid, yo, yes sir, yes ma'am. When you're not in the house, yes sir, yes ma'am. If you talking to somebody, like, when they're young, of course it takes some time, but by the time you reach about 7 or 8, there's no more. Like, it's yes sir, yes ma'am. Have some respect for people, regardless of who it is. If it's somebody older than you, that's what it is.
Like, again, like anything that has to do with manners, etiquette, common decency, common sense is all white.
Even now, if I go out, and I encounter somebody, yes sir, yes ma'am, here you go sir, here you go ma'am. Like, what's wrong with just being polite? That's the problem, We've forgotten how to just, see the basic common decency in people and stuff like that. The common respect. We've forgotten all about that.
We've made our existence solely being contrary to white people. Like, if you're pro-black, you have to be contrary to white people. If white people suggest or agree with anything, you have to be the opposite. If white people say we shouldn't jump off the bridge because we're going to die, then we all should jump off the bridge because white people said it. Like, this is what you sound like.
Yo, crazy, man. Like, if you stuck around this long in the video, as always, I'd appreciate it if you drop a like, hit the comment button. Let me know whatever you're thinking about it. Do you think, and then hit the subscribe button because the wave just getting wavier. Do you think that he's teaching these kids how to be coons, how to, kiss up to the white man, live in the white man's world? When the cops pull them over, they need to assert their rights because, they're the ones disenfranchised. Every time you look, they're the ones over-policed in their community. So, for no reason. And, if a cop is out stopping a black man, it's because he's hunting him. He's trying to kill him, regardless if the cop is a black man or not. They're still trying to kill him, and that's all that America is about. Or do you think that the brother's doing something positive? He's doing the right thing. He's shining the light on things that need to be taught in our community. If we say we want to do this and we say we want to have success and do this, but we can't have the man come in and teach them the skills that to make them better men, or a generation of better men, because, how many of y'all out there could change the oil in your car, change a tire, do some housework, like interior and exterior, do some landscaping? How many of y'all? Maybe some of y'all that rock with the page. But without getting too much more, let me just get to my final clip. All right, this is still King Randall. All right, shout out to the brother and everything he's been doing, and keep up the good work, bro. King. And yeah, this is him doing some boxing lessons.
2, 3.
Now keep your hands up. See?
Yeah, keep your hand up.
See?
Yeah, keep that hand up.
Gotta keep that hand up. You all right? Nope.
What happens in boxing?
You gotta keep your hand up.
If your hand go down.
Correction, I think that this is his son. Okay, this might be his son. All right, and you just hit him like that. Teach him a lesson, man.
Now that's what's gonna happen. You heard me? So come on. Don't worry about crying right now.
Crying's not gonna fix it.
Jab. Jab. Bring it back home.
Keep that hand up there.
Jab. 2.
See, and I love it, man. That's what we forgotten to do, yo. Teach boys how to be men. All right, the world ain't always gonna be the nicest to you. It's not always gonna be the easiest place, the easiest times. It's gonna get rough. The road is never paved in gold. All right, it's always gonna be rocky. All right, even after it's good for a while, it's gonna be hard times and it's gonna be good times. It's just the way life goes. But y'all be easy and stay wavy.